Hi, we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my first series in our Friday live chats. And today we're going to introduce Lisa from Bali. Woo! Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. We've got beautiful weather over here. You look like you've got nice hot weather over there in your
Yeah,
singlet
it's
top.
lovely.
Getting,
Definitely.
it's getting quite cool here.
Mm.
The
Thanks
days
for
are beautiful.
inviting me on.
Oh, it's good. You're my first one.
Yay. I'm very honoured.
So, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Why you moved to Bali? How long you been there? What do you like about it? What did you do? What you did before and what you're doing now?
Oh, God. Well, that's a lot of questions in one go. So,
Whatever you can fit in.
so I have been in Bali since 2017 with my hubby. We had 18 years in New Caledonia prior to this, and our kids essentially grew up there. Two kids, now adults, and they both left the building as adults I want to do, and gave us an early mark because they both decided they didn't want to do uni. So they went off and went independent, and we just went, oh, we got an early mark. What are we going to do now? So we decided to liberate ourselves of all the material things that tie a person down, and sold the house and all the contents and all the toys, the gadgets and the junk that had accumulated, got rid of pretty much everything and left with a few suitcases and boxes. And it was the most liberating thing to just release so much stuff that we just don't need. That's been wonderful to find how we really don't need so much stuff, and we're surviving ever since. We're thriving ever since with just a minimum amount of stuff. So we decided to move to Bali. We didn't move. We were going to travel for an indefinite amount of time was the plan, and the first stop was Bali. And Bali does what Bali does, and we fell in love with Bali, and we're still here. We decided we needed a home base anyway, so we looked for a way to set ourselves up legally, because so many people are kind of here as transients, and we didn't really want to do that. So we decided to set up a business. And we have a financial partner who doesn't live here, but we call him the bank. And he's financing a project which we are building now down near the beach at Pantai Sese, which you may or may not know of. It's becoming more popular as Bali moves up the coast towards where we are. And we're building a retreat and venue centre, a retreat and accommodation, sorry. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm looking out over I wish I could just turn the computer around really easily for you, but it's a bit tricky. Maybe I can put a photo or two in the post afterwards.
Yeah.
We have 5 wooden bungalows, a traditional, slightly grander version based on the traditional style. So it's a 4-star accommodation, and they have their own little plunge pools, and they overlook a beautiful paddy field view. So they're just magnificent. And then there's a central gorgeous pool, which overlooks the river and all the greenery down at the bottom of the hill. And on the other side, we have 2 buildings, each with 3 rooms downstairs and 2 traditional houses upstairs. So we'll live in one of them and manage the site from here. And the idea is to welcome people who want to host retreats. So we're providing the space, and we're called Spaces Bali. Yeah. So anyone who wants to host a retreat, whether it's high-tech, real, internet and technology based with lots of PowerPoints and air conditioning and slideshows and whatever you need to do, and lockdown and secure so everything can be left up overnight for the week, is one way to do it. Or else we'll be able to open up the space completely so that you have the breezes and you can bang your gongs and your drums and blow your whistles and be all woo-woo. Love a bit of woo-woo. And do very spiritual things or educational things. Or there's just the possibilities are endless. And it's designed for 22 people, 20 participants and 2 organizers. nice little intimate space, which can be completely privatized for the group. Yeah, so that's very exciting.
So how close are you getting to completing it?
We are about at 80%, and everything stopped around the end of March with all that's going on in the world right now. I'm not sure when work is going to start up again. It's a little bit, the question is, it's a business that relies completely on tourism. So my investor doesn't want to put the money in at this time while it's all still so up in the air. We don't know if it might open up again next month, but it also may not be till next year, and it's impossible to say and predict right now. So we're just kind of press the pause button. It's been really nice to have this, because I've been in such a masculine energy for over, a good year, with all the dust and the noise, and because we live on site and constantly making decisions and, being a director in it all. So it's been very, very taxing and tiring, and I'm quite enjoying this quiet time at the moment, I have to say.
I think secretly a lot of us are.
Yeah.
We're not rushing around going to this and dressing up. Oh, the big decision what to wear today, You just put a nice top on. Anyone?
It looks all right from here up. That's about it. That's it. Quite that
bad. But fighting traffic, get to a deadline, all that stuff. It just feels, and I think a lot of people are just really enjoying it and being home with their loved ones, if they've got loved ones to be home with.
Yep.
Sure. That's a good centering time. And hopefully we can move on in a more positive way from this experience.
Yeah. It's challenging to not be consumed by everything that's going on from my standpoint. One great thing that many great things have come out of this, but one thing in particular is something I've always wanted to do is create a class, an art class, and that's something that I managed to get together. And as time goes on, I'll start putting together another one as well. So I have I'm an artist. That's a commission I've just completed. You can't see the whole thing, but the client actually came along this morning to take a look so we could be sure, she was 100% happy with it before I sign it and get it over to her. And she is thrilled. So I'm delighted. It's the first abstract commission that I've done, which is rather fun and different.
I love the colours, isn't it?
Yeah,
beautiful colours.
Yeah, thanks.
Geez, it's amazing that you got your artwork going and you're actually selling it as well.
Yeah. Very cool.
The best thing is doing what you love and making some money out of it.
For sure.
Awesome.
It makes it easy.
And then you created that Skillshare lesson as well on online. So that's very professionally done.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that whole process. So for those of you who don't know, Skillshare is a platform where you can go and learn from all kinds of people. It's quite creative centric, so there's a lot of art and design, and not just manual, but a lot of digital skills as well. You can learn social media stuff. There's cooking, and I think they're starting to get things like yoga and that. So it's not a massive open range of subjects. It's in the more creative kind of domain, I would say. But it's extremely good value because I think it's $99 per year. So that when you bring that down to a month, that's hardly anything, and you get access to all the classes on the platform. So that's where I chose to put my class, which is a watercolor gradient blending class. And I really, really enjoyed making that. It was good fun, and it's been received really well. So I'm really, really chuffed. Nice, productive thing. Create create another stream of income. Take advantage of this time in lockdown where it's nice and quiet. to record some video content and put it together.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do all the hammering and carrying on in the background.
No chance.
How long did it take you to do that? To create the content?
I probably recorded for about. It took me a while to set things up, the studio up, so it was all in place, and then maybe two hours of recording of actual content, because it's a live demonstration painting. It's not like you can go back and correct it. You just got to go with it, right? Which is kind of cool, because you get to see it live, and the things that go wrong as well as the things that go well, and how to correct things along the way, just how to deal with it in the reality. So. Yeah, so a few hours there, and then I had another day of sort of filming the introduction and the camera, face-to-camera bits, and it's the editing that takes longer, but I enjoyed it. Good fun.
Yeah. I can remember years ago, I knew a guy that had an editing suite, and he taught me how to do some editing, but it was on a massive, big computer, an old computer in those days, and massive. It was frustrating, but it was intriguing. And when you think you're finished, you go, oh, no, I can go back and do a bit more. I've got to become obsessed then.
Yes.
But no, it's got to stop. And finally, let it go.
I definitely went in with that attitude of excellence, not perfection. So doing my best, and not being too cray about getting it absolutely spot on perfect, because it wasn't important. Like it's well put together, and I've got a pretty good I'm musically inclined and artistically inclined, so my sense of rhythm and flow and editing, I think that was quite easy for me in that sense. But I didn't obsess over getting it perfect either. It's definitely things that could be better, but it's okay. It does the job, and rather than getting stuck. That's a big lesson I've learned, because I can be in certain subjects, a real perfectionist, which can just stall you completely from getting anything finished ever.
And I think now, with all this lives that we're doing on Facebook and Zoom and whatever, everything is happening real time. So we're not I don't think we're as obsessed now as being perfect in other people's view. So let it go and just go with the flow, and this is me naturally, this is you naturally, and this is it.
I did get some nice feedback about that it was nice and real, so yay. So you have actually, do you have a handle for that one as well, and I can put across the screen? Oh, sure. Let me dig that up. I'll grab it off. I'll put it in the chat box, shall I?
Okay. Otherwise, Otherwise, I can put it over across the screen as well. But then again, a chat box will be better, because then people can see
They can actually click and
because on the screen will just go across.
Yeah, they can copy it from here. So this link, in fact, gives you 2 months free membership, which is really cool. So you can take the time to really check out the platform before you decide whether you want to stay or not. Yeah. And that's the skill share. I should put that in. Skill share. Watercolor gradient class.
Yes, you definitely have a lot of skills. Very talented lady.
Oh, thank you.
All these amazing things that you can do. And I've seen you do the dancing. Oh, I'd love to do that dancing that you're doing in Bali. Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, it's good fun. Good way to shake out the energy, move the body, have a good laugh, jazz.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm going to start getting myself to things like that too. So the other thing I want to mention, when I visited you over in Bali, was it last year sometime, wasn't it? October or something?
No, it was just over a year ago. It all came through my Facebook memories. It was.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I've got this amazing anti-aging water machine, but I didn't want to take this big machine with me over there, because I know what Bali's water's like. Everyone says don't drink it. But luckily you had one, And you supplied us with this awesome water.
I'm 94, you know.
You're 94, yeah. Well, I must be 104.
Yes, that's right. You look incredible.
So I was so grateful that you could that we could have that water while we're there as well.
Yeah.
And then also help, having amazing healthy water that got into our bloodstream a lot faster than ordinary water. Didn't make us sick.
Nope.
Hello, doggy.
Yeah, dog's barking. Sorry, someone's just walked in. Yeah.
And we saved on plastic bottles as well, because that's another great passion that you have,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
We all have, actually, with
Yeah.
saving plastic and saving the environment.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm actually missing my water because we haven't set it up since we've been on site. We've been here since Christmas, and I definitely noticed a difference in my energy level drop since we haven't. We just don't have the space to set it up at the moment. But since we may be here for a lot longer than originally anticipated, I might have to make a more of an effort to get it back online again. And the plastic thing in Bali is, you know what? It's getting better. When we first got here, it was really sad when the rains came, the beginning of the rainy season, and all the rivers would wash out and all the plastic would end up on the beaches and in the sea. There was only so much plastic a person can pick up, you know. And but for me, it's always been about not cleaning it up at the end, but having the education in place at the beginning so that you encourage people to not use so much plastic and show them other ways they can operate without it. And that is, I believe, the way the key to really turning it around is. So that's why my campaign is called Choose to Refuse.
Yes.
Because it's about educating people on how to live their lives differently without the use of plastic, and how to, first of all, it's more about not recycling but upcycling. So reusing, reduce your consumption, reuse what you have, and before you go to the recycling part. Like, recycling is the last resort. Yeah.
But now we're facing another dilemma with the plastic gloves that everyone's wearing, surgical gloves, masks, and they're just get thrown away.
That's an interesting point too, because people wearing those masks are breathing in all the plastic particles and not getting enough oxygen, and there's just a whole host of other health problems related to this entire scenario that we are living in at the moment. Do you really want to go there now? Because that could be...
No. I think we get the gist. A lot of us get the gist, yeah. I think we're realising, hang on, we need to be out in the sunshine, we need to breathe fresh air, not to be covered up, and just take precautions, but not pedantically.
And be sensible about living healthy, having healthy habits and looking after yourself. What feels right? What feels like it comes from a place of love and security and good health, common sense, and rather than from a place of fear. If you're doing any kind of action based on fear, where the driving force is because I'm afraid, then there's a good chance that it's maybe not the best thing to do. And so much so because fear is one of the greatest ways to reduce your immunity, to make you that much more susceptible to viruses and any kind of ill health. Any of the below the what I call it below the line feelings. So guilt, blame, fear, obviously, shame, victimization, feelings of failure, being not enough, all those kind of negative feelings will all contribute to ill health. Hanging on to resentment, not being able to forgive, that's a huge one. That's huge.
Yeah, that's something I'm I've learnt, and I did a couple of different courses in emotional release. So
Yeah.
the emotional release tools. So I'm going to do a session on that, and I'm teaching people how to do that. So that's quite interesting, how to release emotions, not to hold it in, and love yourself. Yeah. And just let it go.
Yeah.
So
can I share? Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
No?
Oh, I was going to say, I'll share an analogy. One of my favorite ways to explain this to people and how I really got forgiveness, how to forgive, is that holding on to resentment or anger or jealousy or anything like that is like having a hot coal in your hand and you're the only one who's getting hurt. It's not hurting the other person, the other one you're angry at for whatever reason. They're not feeling the pain. It's only you. And it's only you who can choose to drop that hot coal and release the pain.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Very simple, very simple, but easy. Like for me, that was like, light bulb. Okay. Why am I causing myself so much grief? You know,
right.
I'm giving away all my power to this person, like as if they are making me feel miserable. They are not doing anything. I'm doing it to myself. And once I took responsibility for myself and for my own feelings, wow, it was just a huge shift. It was really wonderful to do that. And then I did this whole ceremony. I wrote down all the names of the people, you know, that I wanted to forgive, and that I think more importantly, once I go to a space of I forgive you for, and then it's like, you know, because you did this and you did that and you said that and rah rah rah. And as soon as I get there intentionally, like think about that, I was like, oh, it wasn't you. That's just you being you speaking your truth, and that's completely out of my control and your responsibility. And what I see now is that I'm the one who's responsible for how whatever you said or did landed for me.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who can shift that. So it's not you that I have to forgive, it's myself, because I'm the one who took it all on board. So I forgive myself. Anyway, so I write all these names down on paper and then burn them and release, like really just drop. I had like a pile of 50 names. I was just like doing everybody right now, everybody I know.
Well, once you start, they just start flooding in.
Yep.
Yeah. And a lot of the times when we're triggered by what someone has said, if we go in and see what was the story we're telling ourselves about why that triggered us, and we realise we're the mirror, whatever that they've said is reflected on us, and we're reflecting back. So, all those times that so-and-so did this and he did that and she did this, if you can remember, go back into it and go, oh yeah, what's the story I told myself? Oh, she's not respecting me when I said this, or he's shutting me down. It's just how we perceive it. Yeah, it takes a bit of effort.
It does.
To remember that in the time.
Awareness and a commitment to be aware.
And knowing the process to go through.
Constantly
all right.
Call yourself on that.
Yes. Okay, across the screen, we're putting your Instagram handle if anyone wants to contact you about your retreat space in Bali, if they want to contact you about booking in when the time comes.
Just to be clear, that's actually my artist's page, but it's we don't have an official Spaces Bali page yet.
Yeah, so to contact you for anything, look at your artwork as well. And we are going to do a little meditation.
Okay, cool.
Put up that one. So we're staying right to the end for our meditation. And we will just center ourselves, come to a quiet space. And
my darling husband has decided this is a good time to dig dirt right in front of me. Can you hear
it?
Yes. Could you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Darling husband, can you give us 5 or 10 minutes, please? Thanks, dear.
Okay.
I thought I've actually got a track here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it through my microphone. Can you hear that music?
Just.
Excellent. Just a little bit. That's what I wanted. Okay. So let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you exhale, really let your shoulders drop. Ground your feet flat on the floor if you can, or if you're sitting on the floor. Just really sink into your space. And relax all the muscles. Let everything melt away. This time give me a nice audible exhale. So let's inhale together. And exhale. Really dig that down deep to the bottom of your lungs. One more time. And one more time. This time we're going to start with a really high-pitched note, tone, and take it all the way down deep. So inhale. Wiggle your jaw. I know we hold a lot of tension in our jaws. I know I hold a lot of tension in my jaw. And I want to connect you now to your little inner light. There's a little spark inside of every one of us that's always there. Our connection to source. No matter how disconnected we may be in our lives every day. Rushing around, although maybe not so much at the moment, but definitely distracted with the things that we are busy doing. And all the time we have this little light. So find this little light now. Deep in your soul. And breathe into it. And feel that light just shine a little brighter. Burn a little brighter with every breath. Growing, glowing, stronger, bigger, wider. Pushing out in all directions until you feel it come to the edges of your body. Your whole body is filled with light. All the way down to the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, the crown of your head. Filled with this beautiful light. And it may be a different color for each of you, and that's fine. I have a lovely mauve, pinky purpley, blended mottled glow in mine. And now let's take another breath and push that light outside of our bodies. Breathe it out into your emotional body. So the layer that is around your physical body, we have layers of body that we cannot see specifically, but these make up our halo. Beautiful. And with every breath, let's extend this light further and further out. So we fill the room. We fill the house. And our doggies feel it as it extends around us. It's okay. And the light grows and grows to encompass your neighborhood, Oh, your suburb, your city. And I find that the more I do this practice, the bigger I can grow my light, the faster, I should say, I can grow this light to just encompass the entire globe. With a few really intentional breaths. Bubble the entire planet with this loving presence of oneness. We are all together. We're in this journey together. The more we can love and support each other through it all and be kind to one another, the more enjoyable the journey becomes for all of us. Kindness and compassion, loving words, kind words to oneself as well as others. Our thoughts are so important. So take this light out as far as you can, into the galaxies if you can, way beyond Earth. And I want to share with you a beautiful meditation technique that I use to really set intentions quickly and easily. And that is to use the phrase, I am in my future. And in my future, and then you fill in the blank, and you finish with, I am so grateful, and I'm so grateful. So right now, I am in my future, and in my future, everything is bright. Everything is encompassed by love, by kindness, forgiveness. People rejoice together, for he has stepped into a new world in my future. And everything is bright. Everyone is healthy, and there is so much hope for the new kind of world that we build together, where there is no place for corruption and greed and hatred. Only love. And we remember who we really are, and that is love. We are all one from the same source, the same spark of light, the same light that got fragmented all over the universe. And when we intentionally connect through this light and expand our light, we connect with the other souls. And we remember who we are. We are pure love. And it is beautiful. And I am so, so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Namaste. Just take your time to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, flutter your eyes open if you're ready to come back into this world. I don't know about you, but my whole body is tingling like mad. I'm just, I'm vibrating, so
yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. That was absolutely powerful. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that with me.
And thanks for sharing your life in a snippet. And we'll do it again. So I'll just put it out there to anyone else who would like to join me in a little live chat on a Friday afternoon. Doesn't matter what part of the world you're in or what you're into. It's a great way to promote what you're into, tell people about your passion and what you would like to help in the world, have out there. So please contact me or contact Lisa if you want to know anything about her journey or what her skills are and how she can help you as well. So we'll say goodbye now. So have an awesome weekend, and I wish you well in all your ventures.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Awesome.